What effect will cyber warfare have on countries and security as it continues to progress? To answer this question, I'm going to have to talk about cyber warfare and one of the most well-known and sophisticated hacks in recent times, Stuxnet. What is Stuxnet? In 2010, a group of researchers came across a set of code which didn't have a clear purpose. It was learned that it aimed for PLCs, however, programmable logic controllers, which could control many things within an industrial setting. This particular piece of code looked to see what access to peripherals each PLC had as it spread. It would gather data, and eventually it was discovered that the malware was looking for a very dangerous thing to take control of: the centrifuges to a nuclear reactor in Iran. These centrifuges had frequency converters within them, and the malware took over those converters, causing them to malfunction and speed up to a point where the parts inside would shatter, or slow down to a point where they would fall apart. No one admitted to creating and deploying Stuxnet, however it was speculated that it was the US's doing. This created a new disruptive type of attacking in the way of cyber warfare. The impact was huge, and every country then looked at their own security and the way they could protect themselves. It went from everyone being very calm and lax about their security to it being a very real concern. It's hard to see who does the attacks, and it could be one person or an entire government, so lots of great minds came together for each country to find out how to stay secure. This has changed and will continue to affect the way countries carry out warfare. Since the revelation of Stuxnet in 2010, 20 or more countries have announced cyber warfare programs. The increased focus on this makes the idea of physical combat where lives are lost and are at stake much less appealing. Nearly every country will have some form of cybersecurity division, as it's a much more commonplace and accepted idea that it could be used against them. The anonymity makes it a much more preferred tool for espionage, and without the relevant and proper defence steps taken, many important facilities and institutions will be at risk from malware, worms, and even denial of service attacks. Now, to answer the question, what effect will cyber warfare have on countries and their security as it progresses? An immense impact has and will continue to be felt within the tech world. For example, not long after Stuxnet, one of the biggest UK defence contractors, BAE Systems, bought out a known tech firm called Detica. This just showed how serious it was taken in the eyes of the Ministry of Defence, and other countries followed suit. This is just one case all over the world where countries are scrambling to gain the upper hand in terms of power, where places like reactors will need updating in order to stop these types of zero-day attacks and malware affecting them. In my opinion, I think this hack will continue to be felt for decades to come, as it was spawned an age of cyber warfare and defence.